大家好，我是菲菲老师。Today we continue with part 2 of lesson 12. Let's go. 昨天下雪了。是的，太冷了。你昨天没来公司，生病了？对，我昨天去医院看病了。Okay, I have two questions for you. Number one, 菲菲昨天了 A 生病 B 上班 C 去公司 Number two, 菲菲今天了 A 在家里 B 去医院 C 来公司 Okay, let's listen to the text again and then you can make your answers. 昨天下雪了。是的，太冷了。你昨天没来公司，生病了？对，我昨天去医院看病了。Okay, let's see. First one, 昨天 Okay, 生病了。生病了。This sentence. 我昨天去医院看病了。So, Mimi is asking, 生病了，你生病了吗？菲菲 answers, 对 yes, 生病了。Okay, second one, 菲菲今天This is kind of tricky, this one. So, from the original sentence, 菲菲今天 right? Probably you want to choose B, right? Because 菲菲 says 去医院 right? 菲菲去医院 right? Probably you want to choose B. But the correct answer of this one is C. Let's see why. So, 菲菲 says 昨天 yesterday 昨天去医院了 But today the conversation happens with Mimi, right? 你昨天没来公司 So the conversation happening today means that they are already in the company having this conversation. So this one, 菲菲今天 today 来公司了 She's in the company today that she can have a conversation with Mimi. Right? Okay, let's talk about, so 公司 is the new vocabulary from this lesson. Let's talk about it in the vocabulary part. All right, very good. So next, let's read through the new words. You can read after me. 下雪来公司生病看病Okay, first let's see 雪it means snow. So from part 1 we learned rain, right? How to say rain. 雨 right? 雨 looks like this, right? And then if we squeeze 雨 smaller, it becomes the upper part of 雪, right? It becomes the radical of 雪. So there are actually a lot of Hanzi related to weather, also related to 雨, for example, 雾. So again, the logic is the upper part gives us a hint about the meaning, right? It's something related to the rain. And the lower part gives us a hint about the pronunciation. So the lower part, standing on its own, it also pronounces 雾, right? This one, 雾, fourth tone, it means fog. Fog. Okay, so this is just one example. And from 雪, we can have words like 下雪, right? 下, we said it in rain. It means to drop, right? To drop. So 下雪. Snow, like it says snow is dropping or it's snowing, right? It's happening, snowing. 下雪. To snow, the verb. All right, 大雪, big snow, and 小雪, a small or a little snow. Okay, let's see sentences. First one, 我喜欢下雪天 sorry. 我喜欢下雪天 I like, right? 喜欢 I like 下雪天 天 we said 天天我喜欢下雪天 What does 天 mean? So here 天 means day, right? Day. So from part 1, we said 天 could mean weather, right? So here, I like snowy days. 我喜欢下雪天. Here, 天 means day. Okay, next one. 外面在下大雪. Remember 在? How do we translate this sentence? So 在 means if you put it in front of a verb, it means something is happening, right? 下大雪, it's snowing heavily. So 外面在 means it's happening right now. So it's snowing heavily outside now, right? Okay, so very good. And 下, right? We just mentioned it. So rain or snow come down or fall, or like it's dropping, right? It's falling. So 下雨, to rain, 下雨了, it's raining. 外面在下雨, it's raining outside now, right? 在 means it's happening. Okay, next, 来. So we learned 去 before, right? You remember 去? It means 去, to go, right? So you can remember 来 as a pair. 来 come, 去 go, right? For example, 来学校 come to school. If you say 去学校 go to school. And then 来这儿 come here. 来这儿 come here. Okay. And then for example, 他来中国1年了. How do we translate this one? We have 了 here, right? 他来中国1年了. He has come to China for 1 year. Okay. Next one. 晚上来我家吃饭吧. 吧. Remember? 吧. We learned it in lesson 7, right? If you put 吧 at the end of a sentence, it means it is a soft tone to say a suggestion or advice or request, right? So here, 晚上来我家吃饭吧. Come to my house to have dinner tonight, right? It's like a soft tone to give you a suggestion or I'm requesting you, I'm asking you to come. 晚上来我家吃饭吧. Okay, good. Next, 公司, company or corporate, 公司. For example, 一家公司. 家, we said before, it is the measure word for shops, stores, or enterprises. So here, 公司, it's an enterprise. So 一家公司, a company, right? A company. We use a measure word to connect the number and the object, the noun, right? 一家公司, a company. For example, 我在这家公司工作10年了. I have worked in this company, 这家公司, this company, for 10年. 10年 is how much? 10年. 10 years. Okay, next one, 生病. Fall ill or get sick. 生病. For example, 我生病了. I got sick. 我生病了. I got sick. 你昨天没来公司？生病了吗？没来公司. We just learned 来, right? So yesterday, 昨天 yesterday you didn't come to the company. Are you sick or did you get sick? 生病. Okay, next one, 看病. So actually in 生病, 病 here, it is a noun, it means sickness. So 生病, 生 is the verb here. So 生病 together is get sick. So 看病, 看 means what? We learned 看 before. 看 means to see, right? To see. So see sickness. It actually means to have your sickness get checked, right? So it could also be translated as see a doctor. See a doctor. So 看病 works. You can also say 看医生. So this is literally see a doctor, right? So to say 看医生 also works. Same meaning, 看医生。For example, 我要去医院看病。I'm going to the hospital, 医院. I'm going to the hospital to see a doctor. So this sentence you can also say 我要去医院看医生。It's the same. All right, next one. 我生病了，要去看病。So I got sick. I'm going to 要去, right? I'm going to see a doctor. Okay, good. All right, so the language point of this lesson, we learned le before, right? And then we also learned tai. So here, this is a fixed pair, right? This is a pattern. Tai something le. Right? You can put an adjective in here. So this pattern expresses a very high or intense degree of exclamation. For example, 太冷了，太冷了。冷 cold. So 太冷了 it's so cold, right? It's really, really cold. 太冷了 right? It's an exclamation. Next one. 太好吃了 What does it mean? 太好吃了 is what? 好吃 delicious, right? So 太好吃了 it's so delicious, right? It's very, very delicious. Now, you can try to make your own sentence. You can put whatever adjective you know in between. 太 something 了 For example, 这个杯子太小了 This cup is too small. 我们今天太高兴了 Today we are so happy. Right? Okay, so this is an easy one. You can replace here with any adjective you know. Right? Okay, 太 something 了 All right. Okay, so next, let's move on to the third text of this lesson. Let's read it through. 医生，我病了，我看看，你觉得怎么样？我很冷。好的，吃一点药，今天休息半天吧。好的，回家后再喝些热水。Okay, let's see. First one, 菲菲觉得。A 很热 B 很冷 C 有点冷 Number 2 医生对菲菲说今天吧 A 上班 B 下班 C 休息半天 Okay, let's see the text again. 医生，我病了，我看看，你觉得怎么样？我很冷。好的，吃一点药，今天休息半天吧。好的，回家后再喝些热水。Okay, let's see. First one, 菲菲觉得 Here, 你觉得怎么样 The doctor asks, how do you feel? How do you think? And then 菲菲 answers, 我很冷。Right, so here, 菲菲觉得 B 很冷。And second one, 医生对菲菲说今天休息半天吧 It's a suggestion, right? We put 吧 at the end. 今天休息半天吧 This is a new word. We will see it in vocabulary. 休息半天 means take half day off. Right? New words. 病一点儿要天回在喝热水 Okay, let's explain. First one, 病 Yes, we see it earlier, right? 病 itself, it could be as a noun, means sickness itself, but here it is actually a verb, so it is a shorter way to say get sick, right? So you can say 你病了吗? You can also say 你生病了吗? It is the same, right? Because we say Chinese is a language that if we can make it simple, we will try our best to make it simple. So 你生病了吗? 你生病了吗? We don't want to say so long. We want to take away the verb. We want to take away 生, so you can just say 你病了吗? Are you sick? Okay, next one. 我今天病了，不能去公司了。I'm sick today. I got sick today. I cannot go to the company. So you might wonder, how can I tell when it's a noun, when it's a verb, right? So again, you decide when, like according to the context, right? 我今天病了. So for sure here, it means you got sick today. It cannot be sickness, right? It doesn't work. So of course, here is the verb form. Okay, next one, 药. It means medicine. So when you get sick, what do? You take medicine. Take medicine. So in English, here the verb we use is take. But in Chinese, we use the verb 吃. What does 吃 mean? 吃, to eat. To eat. Right? So here, even if it's to eat, but in English, it's to take pills or take medicine. Okay. And then, for example, 我生病了，要吃药。I got sick. I'm going to take medicine. 药。And then, 医生说这个药要吃2个星期。Okay, very long. This sentence is quite long. How do we translate it? So first, let's break it down. 医生说, the doctor says, right? 说 say or speak. 医生说这个药 this medicine, right? 这个 this medicine 要吃要 here going to, right? 要吃2个星期 2 weeks. Right? So doctor says, I have to or I'm going to take this medicine for 2 weeks. Right? Okay, good. 药 medicine. Next one. 一点儿 It is a numeral measure word. It means some or a bit, a little. What does it mean? For example, let's put it into example. 你吃一点儿水果吧。Have some fruit, right? 吧 a suggestion. So have some fruit, right? Would you or you have some fruit? Or 太贵了，便宜一点吧， right? 贵 and 便宜 we learned it before, right? What does it mean? 贵 expensive and 便宜 the opposite. Cheap, right? So 太贵了 it's so expensive. 便宜一点吧 right? So it's like, can you like lower the price a little bit, right? It's like bargaining when you're bargaining. 便宜一点吧一点 a little bit, right? So here again, are optional. You can say 一点. That's completely fine. Right? It's just a difference between accents. 一点. So, for example, 太贵了，便宜一点吧 without the R, 便宜一点吧 works also. Right? Remember in part 1, we also learned 有点儿, right? 有点儿. Then what is the difference between 有点儿 and 一点儿? This might be the point where a lot of people get confused, right? So the English translation, they both have a bit, right? A bit. But in like real usage, it's actually quite different. We can differentiate it by what type of word it is. So 一点儿, earlier we said it's a numeral measure word. And then 有点儿 is a adverb, right? So the function is to describe adjectives. For example, I'm a little bit not happy. 我有点儿不高兴. But for 一点儿, it is used to describe the number or the amount. For example, 杯子里有一点水. You might ask, here it's the same. Here it's the same 有一点儿. Why it is not the adverb which is used to describe adjectives? That's because here, even if we have 有 here, but 有 belongs to the first part of the sentence. You actually break it down like this. Basically, 有, there is in the cup a little bit of water. Right? So it's still used to describe the amount. Right? For example, another sentence. 我吃了一点儿水果. Right? 我吃了一点儿水果. I ate some fruits, or I ate a little bit of fruits. All right, so here it is used to describe the amount of 水果, fruit. But in 有点儿, it is used to describe the adjective, right? For example, you can also say 我有点儿累. 累 means tired. So I'm a bit tired, right? Here it is used to describe the adjective 累, tired. These are not interchangeable. You cannot say 我吃了有点儿水果. It's not correct. Okay, I hope I explained this clear. If you still have any questions about this, feel free to type it in the comment section and then I will answer it. Next one, 天. In part 1, we see 天 means weather, right? For example, 今天是好天. Today is a day with good weather. Here, it is the other meaning, day. So, for example, 几天, right? Asking 几天, how many days, right? How many days? 几天? Or we can also say 第一天, the first day. Right? For example, 你去几天? How many days will you go? And 今天是我上大学的第一天. Today, 今天 is the first day I go to college. Right? 第一天. Okay, what about, so now we have two meanings of 天, right? First one, weather, and then day. What about the third one? Do you know one more meaning of 天? It means sky. Right? Sky. Okay, good. Next one, 回. It means to return or to go back. For example, 回家. Go home or return home. And then 回国. What is 回国? 国 is what? Country. Right? Country. For example, 中国. Right? So 回国, go back or return to the country. 回国. 回学校, go back to school. Right? For example, 我今天不回公司了. Today, I don't return to the company. Right? I'm not going back to the company today. And then 他今年8月回国. He go back to the country in August. 8月, August. This year, right? Okay, so how do you remember the Hanzi Hui? It's quite unique, right? It's like two squares inside one another. So probably you can I would remember it as think of it as a maze, right? It's a maze. So if you don't know how to continue in the maze, one thing you can always do is return to the starting point in the maze, and then you can go again. Right, so this is return, right? Okay, next one. 在. This is an important Hanzi. You will see this quite often. 在, it means then. So let's put it in a sentence to explain. 你们吃了饭再回家吧. You eat meal and then go back home. So it actually means you do one action after you do another one. So you do this action after you do the one before 在. So you go home after you eat, right? 在. Okay, for example, also, let's see another one. 你回家再吃吧. So here we have two verbs. 回家, 回家 and 吃. Right? Which one we do first? We do 回家 first, right? And then we do 吃. So one action after another. You do this action first, and then you do the second action, right? You go home and then you eat, right? This is 在. But let me remind you here. So in English, sometimes we have sentences like, and then she went home, right? We have sentences like this. So here, and then you cannot say 在. For example, 在他回家了. So this is not correct. This is not correct. You cannot say it like this. You can only put it in the sentence between two verbs. It works. So in English, this is translated in then in English. And this is also then in English, right? But you cannot use and then directly translate it to 在 and then use it in Chinese. So just for your reference, if you want to express this and then, you should use 然后. We will learn this in the future. We will learn this in the future, just for your reference. If you want to say and then, comma, and then the sentence, you need to use 然后. 然后. Right? But for now, please use 在 only in the sentence between two verbs, right? And then. Okay, good. All right, next one. 喝. To drink. 喝水, drink water. 喝茶, drink tea. Right, so now you know 吃 to eat, and then to drink 喝. Right? 她喜欢喝中国茶. She likes to drink Chinese tea. Right? 天气太热了，多喝点水吧。天氣太熱。熱 will explain it means hot. So it's too hot. Drink more water. Right? It's also a suggestion, right? In a soft tone because we use 吧 here. Okay, good. Next one, 热. It means hot or warm. It could be used to describe weather or also like something, an object is hot. For example, like water is hot. Right? For example, 很热, very hot. 天气热, right? The weather is hot. 今天天气不太热. Today, the weather is not very hot. Also, 昨天很热. Yesterday, it was very hot. Okay. Next one, 水. Water. Right? We see this before already. 热水, hot water. 请问有热水吗? Excuse me, or may I ask, do you have hot water? Okay. 我想喝水. 想, the modal verb, meaning want to. So, 我想喝水. I want to drink water. Okay, after learning everything of lesson 12, let's combine everything and then do this comprehensive exercise. Right? I have 4 sentences here, and then you can pause the video here and then resume after you have your answers in, and we will see it together. Right? Okay, let's do it. First one, 外边正在下. Should be B, 下雪, right? 下雪. It's snowing outside. 太冷了. Right? Here you see the exclamation mark, right? So you remember the fixed pair, right? 太冷了, 太 something 了. Right? Next one, 他去公司工作了. Right? 工作了 here means the change of the status. So before, earlier, he was not going to the company to work, but now the status changed. He go to the company to work. Right? So in English, we can translate it into he has gone to the company to work. Okay. The doctor says, 医生,你觉得怎么样? Right? This is the original sentence from our text. So how do you feel? Right? 你觉得怎么样? And you answer, 我很冷. I am very cold. I feel very cold. Okay. Next one. 你昨天去医院看病了吗? Right? Did you go to see the doctor yesterday at the hospital? Right? 没有,我今天去. No, I will go today. Okay, Did you get it all right? Next one, homework. I have 4 pictures. Please use any new words or expressions that you learned in this lesson and describe the picture that you see. There is no definite right or wrong answer. If the sentence works, it's fine. You can also use phrases, words that you learned from previous lessons, right? Okay, you can pause the video or make a screenshot and post your answers in the comment section. Okay, last but not the least, as usual, our Hanzi chart, right? Try to, if you have some extra time, try to make sure you can recognize, right? At least recognize all of these Hanzi. You don't need to, of course, if you can, it's the best. But if you cannot, don't feel pressure to force yourself to learn how to write it, but at least try to read it, right? Okay, that's all for lesson 12. I will see you in next lesson. 再见。